Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. She asked if they were still going to dinner after work. He made it clear that they would. He was still smiling at dinner, and Karen asked him why he was so great that he couldn't help but smile. Would you still come with me if I dressed like a man? Yes, I like you as a person, not the clothes you wear. Okay, I'll tell you. Trisha told me this afternoon I could wear my clothes to work again. What made her change her mind? They made the dress code law, and everyone must follow it. I believe she wants to make it happen so I can go back to my clothes and still make sure the women dress right as she sees it. I asked her if I could still wear my female clothes, and she knows that it would make everyone happy, even me. So hopefully soon I would be able to wear both. You amaze me. That is something I never would have thought of. I'm getting used to seeing you in dresses, and I have to say, you do look great in them. Every dress you've worn makes you look great. How big are they? She was shocked to hear that they were the same size. She told him she'd buy the dresses from him if he didn't want them. He laughed and said, "I'll see." After she talked to you, Maria came over and talked to me. It was said you were so nice to her even though she made you get dressed up. That was very nice of you. I thought you would have scolded her and sent her away. Why were you so nice to her? I'm going to be honest. It's been a great week in its own way. You came to the office the first time I wore the dress, came over, talked to me, and asked me to go to Tony's with you. You never talked to me before, but now we're together each and every night. From my point of view, I was afraid to talk to you, and I didn't talk much, and now it's all over. Things have changed. You were scared to talk to me. What made you afraid to talk to me? I didn't think I had a chance with you because you were so pretty. I'm going to tell you something right now. I believe I love you. I'm sure I'm falling in love with you too. I've never heard of anyone who is as gentle as you are and can still keep up being a man like you do. Would you like to drive to the zoo tomorrow? If I take off all this makeup, I'll wear a shirt and jeans once more. It sounds like fun. When do you want to leave? What does 10:30 sound like? They kept talking, and each conversation got longer as they went on. They knew they had found the person they had been looking for. When he got home, he took off as much makeup as he could. He had almost everything off except the nails. He wasn't sure how to get them off, but he was a very happy man. On Saturday morning, he took the top off his car and put it in the trunk. He told Karen he got everything off when he got there, not including the nails. She told him she had nail paint remover, and he told her the nails were already colored. She said she had worn glue-on nails before and might still have the release agent. She found it in her bathroom, and the nails started to come off right away. All the little things made them laugh. Finally, having taken it all off, he let out a sigh of relief. He thanked her and kissed her. She said she didn't know his car was a convertible. It was her first time riding in one. Since they drove the 40 miles to the zoo, she loved how the wind blew her hair around. He could feel her excitement. As they walked through the zoo, they held hands and hugged a lot. They had never met anyone who made them feel so special. They didn't leave and go back until the middle of the afternoon. When they got close to town, Karen asked if they could make a side trip. She directed him where to go. After some time, she told him to turn into a ranch driveway. As they got close to the front door, she told him it was where her mom and dad lived. They were inside, and she introduced him to her mom. Her mom received him with open arms and told him her husband was cutting the grass outside. They talked about small things for some time. Karen was very excited to tell her mom all about their trip to the zoo and riding in a convertible. Toby knew right away he was going to like her father when he met him. Her dad was wearing Green Bay's number 4 shirt. Because Toby said he liked Brett Favre a lot, her dad invited him to come and have a drink with him. They drank beer and talked about football, discovering that they liked and disliked many of the same things. Her dad also liked NASCAR. While they talked, Karen told her mother that he was going to be the man she was going to marry. Her mother was happy that she had finally found the right man. At the same time, her dad was asking how they met and what their relationship was like. Toby told him right away that if she wanted to get married and if he had his way, he would be really happy. He heard from her father that he didn't know if she had a history of bad relationships with guys or if she was ready to get married. After that, they had a talk about the last football season and discussed what most of the teams had to do to get better for the next season. In the end, they had chicken on the grill for dinner. Everyone was having a good time. When Karen said that Toby had just gotten out of dresses, her mother felt sorry for him. He said that it had its pros, and they all laughed. As he dropped her off after they left, she invited him in. He said yes, and they talked and kissed on her love seat. Finally, she said she was tired after a long talk. He gladly agreed to stay the night when they asked him to. Her dress was given to him to wear, and they slept together. Then they fell asleep next to each other. During breakfast the next morning, Karen asked, "Did you sleep well last night? I know you could have made a move, but you didn't. Why?" He replied, "I'm sorry, but if we make love, it should be when we're married. You don't need to feel bad about that. It looks beautiful to me. It shows that you respect your mom and all women. It's those kinds of things that make me understand why I love you. You're really nice, and you're not pushy at all." They chose to spend the day at the beach, and all day he thought about how he had the most beautiful woman there with him. He was sure he loved her very much. He took longer than usual to get ready for work on Monday morning. He did his makeup and liked how it looked. He added some more makeup to hide his beard. Since Trisha didn't have court today, she called him into the office to give him another task. She gave him a general idea of what she needed. He took a quick look and knew it would be no trouble. Then she surprised him. "The partners and I have talked about the dress rules. We don't think it should just be a suggestion for the women. My partners believe that if we drop the fuss, it will go away. Also, we can call it even. We'll pay for everything you had to do to follow the dress code. You don't need to repay us for anything at all. There's no need for that. I have money to pay for it. It was not the worst thing that has ever happened to me. It's going to save us money, even with the expenses not listed. Now it's time for the staff meeting. Let's go." At the meeting, Hillary told the staff that the dress code was not going to change much. Expect now males can wear male clothing. She did say that it made all of them look better overall as a staff. Maria asked if they could have a casual Friday like many other places do. It was agreed that would be fine. Trisha then told everyone to appreciate what Tabitha had given up to follow the dress code, saying it was good for the business. He turned red when she said that. After that, she asked Karen to come into her office right after the meeting. Once the meeting was over, Karen went to Trisha's office. Trisha spoke up. "I'm not interested in my employees' personal lives, but when two people work together and know each other, it can affect how well they do their job. How do you really feel about Tabitha?" "He's a great person. I like him a lot. He's nice, understanding, and very kind to me. Love him? I think I do love him a lot." "If he asked, would you marry him?" "Yes, sure, I'm sure I would. I know that he feels the same way. It could be all you two need, a push. Feel free to return to your desk now, and thanks. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell anyone, especially Tabitha, about what we just talked about." When Tabitha saw her leave Trisha's office, she knew she was in charge of most of the research for child custody issues. She had to work on a case that Trisha gave her. The next 2 weeks were very busy because they had 5 important cases to get ready for. Everyone was very busy, and the time flew by fast. Tabitha and Karen kept seeing each other every night, becoming more and more close. Things slowed down in the 3rd week. On Wednesday afternoon, Tabitha was in Trisha's office, and she finally got the courage to give her some of the research he had done by herself. Trisha took a close look at the stuff. Businesses had made workers wear different clothes. One case involved an eatery where the boss made the busboy wear the same apron as the maids. Another case involved a makeup company that forced their workers to wear their products. These men sued, and the company received a $30,000 fine because they only made makeup for women and changed the rules. There were 4 more cases like that. It's crazy that none of us ever thought about the law. I suppose our goal was to make the office staff look good, that we forgot about the rules. I now understand that I don't need permission from my partners to make changes, but I'd like to tell them first before we make any announcements. Would it be fine if we told everyone on Friday? Then I can talk to Mary and Hillary, and we can make the required changes to the dress code. Yes, that's fine. Things have been better this way. I am dating Karen, and I hope to have the courage to ask her one day. I want her to marry me. You two are really close. That's wonderful. Karen is a great person, and I'm sure she deserves someone like you. I only want to thank you for understanding. You could file a lawsuit against us, and I am sure you'd get a good deal, and it would change how people see us in the neighborhood. No, I have no plans to sue you. I grew up in a small town. There were no lawsuits in this small village. If there were disagreements, no matter what their thoughts were, they worked it out and helped each other, she laughed and said. If everyone did that all the time, we'd be out of business. They laughed together, and Trisha thought about how nice she was. She thought about what she could do to help him. She told Karen about her meeting with Trisha that night. She shared everything. She said he was very smart to have thought to look into that. The next afternoon, Trisha invited both Tabitha and Karen into her office. They both had no idea what was going to happen. I have an idea after talking to both of you. You love and care for each other a lot. I've now talked to my 2 partners, and I've decided to do something. Let's start with Toby or Tabitha. You said you are not going to sue us, which we really appreciate. Anything like that getting a lot of attention would be terrible for our business. We have something for you, she said, keeping this short. You might want to call it a deal. She was given a small box. Inside was a velvet box. When she opened it, she saw 3 beautiful rings inside. She knew there were 2 female wedding rings, and she recognized the 3rd ring as a man's wedding band. Trisha saw her cry. Is there anyone in the room you'd like to give a gift to? She asked. If there is, I believe you should do it right now. Hold on, she said as she gave Karen the engagement ring. Will you be my wife? I'll be the happiest man or woman in the world if you say yes. She looked at it and put the ring on her finger, telling him, Yes, I would be proud to be your wife. It's beautiful. She kissed him. I know you 2 belong with each other. I just had to help you 2 tell each other the truth, that you both wanted the other person to be your life partner. I'm so happy for both of you. You can choose which wedding ring you want, Tabitha. Marry as a male or as a female, it's up to you. They both thanked her very much and sat there with the biggest smiles. Trisha asked if she could make a private announcement to the staff to tell them they are getting married. They both agreed. She told them to wait in the staff meeting room. After 5 minutes, everyone was in the meeting room for staff. Hi, Trisha proclaimed. I just heard some really great news related to 2 of our workers. Karen and Tabitha just got engaged. They're going to get married. Let's celebrate. Each of them turned red when everyone stood up and cheered for them. After the meeting, everyone gave Karen and Tabitha hugs and kisses to tell them how happy they were. Tabitha brought 20 roses to work the next morning. She put a vase with 12 roses and a note on Karen's desk to thank her for agreeing to marry her, and the other dozen she placed on Trisha's desk. Karen cried when she saw it. When they got to the ground, she asked her to sign the note for Trisha. Thank you for all you have done for us, was written on the note. Karen agreed and told her that she liked that about her, how she treated other people, and how she always made sure to thank them for what they did. Everyone knew they would always be together after 10 months. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.